Hola, bienvenidos, bienvenidas. We're going to be talking about a book that I recently reread. I thought it would be very interesting for us to see how the Spanish quotes translate into English. Before we start, I just want to quickly give credit to Lucia Graves, I hope I'm saying that right, who translated The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and today we're going to be using her translation, so I just wanted to make that clear. I love Zafón's writing. I think it's just so good. So it was very hard for me to just select a few of my favorite quotes. This is a bit different from what I normally do, but I hope you like it. Me alejé hacia las Ramblas. Me detuve en el umbral de la plaza y volví la vista hacia el piso de los Barceló. Las ventanas permanecían oscuras, llorando de lluvia. Llorando de lluvia. I think this is so good. This was translated as the windows were still in darkness, weeping with rain. I think this image of the windows weeping, so the windows crying from the rain, as a way of comparing suffering and how we cry when we suffer. I think it's very visual because all of us, we've seen what windows look like when it rains. And I think it's very similar to when we humans cry. I don't know if this is something that other authors have done before, but for me it was the first time. The only time I've seen this in a book that I remember. I remember reading this and thinking, wow, I wish I had said that. Sabía que subiría aquel tren sin más compañía que su recuerdo. So this was translated as he knew he would board that train with no other company than his memories. I really like this one as well because it's like Zafón sees memories as a kind of company, because I think memories are company really, especially when memories in a way are the person, the thing that is no longer there. It's just so sad. If you've read this book, if you haven't read it, please do, because it's just, I think the future generations should be studying this. Yeah, if you've read the book and you remember this, just reading it just makes me sad, just reading this quote, because I remember the exact moment when this was said, and I'm not gonna make any spoilers here, but yeah, it just makes me sad. Subiría aquel tren sin más compañía que su recuerdo. Yeah, so he's basically alone. There's someone who is no longer there, and the only way that person is there is the memory. The next quote I really like. Descubrí entonces que todavía tenía la mano manchada de cenizas y di gracias por el manto de sombra de la noche que ocultaba vea las lágrimas de terror que me resbalaban por las mejillas. This is so smart. So Lucia Graves translated this as, I was thankful for the mantle of the night, for it concealed the tears of terror running down my cheeks. So it's just this image of a place that is very dark, and you have someone who's really scared, and you don't want the other person to see that they are scared. So then, because it's so dark, you can't see it. It's just, I think it's really smart. I really like this. Okay, the next one is also very good. Crucé la plaza de San Felipe Neri barriendo el suelo con la mirada. Arrastraba el dolor que había recogido de labios de aquella mujer. Un dolor del que me sentía ahora cómplice e instrumento, pero sin acertar a comprender ni el cómo ni el por qué. I crossed the square with downcast eyes. I carried with me the pain I had received from the lips of that woman, a pain I now felt I deserved, though I didn't understand why. Zafón is using different verbs in a really creative way. So when we clean in Spanish, I actually don't remember the English word for that. Okay, so the English verb is to sweep. So it's when we, you know, just sweep. And so he says, barriendo el suelo con la mirada, yeah? So to sweep, so think about that. So when you're cleaning the house and you just sweep. So he's doing that with his eyes. And then he says, arrastraba el dolor que había recogido de labios de aquella mujer. So arrastrar is like to drag, to pull, to sweep along. So he is doing that. And then that pain, he picked it up. Yeah, I think it's just genius. So in a way, that's why this is translated as carrying that pain, right? That pain is now his. Translating is actually very complex, because not only do you have to have the linguistic knowledge, but you also need to deeply understand the story and also think about how it would make sense to the readers of the language you're translating to. Because sometimes there are things like this that maybe if you translate it literally, I don't know if it would sound as natural, if it would sound as good. I carried with me the pain I had received from the lips of that woman. It's just so good. Les vi como se ve a los extraños desde un tren que se aleja demasiado deprisa. Fue entonces, casi sin darme cuenta, cuando recordé el rostro de mi madre que había perdido tantos años atrás, como si un recorte extraviado se hubiese deslizado entre las páginas de un libro. This is a very long quote. There's so many things here. But the thing I really like is this. Fue entonces, casi sin darme cuenta, cuando recordé el rostro de mi madre que había perdido tantos años atrás, como si un recorte extraviado se hubiese deslizado entre las páginas de un libro. Okay, let's see how this was translated. It was then, almost without realizing it, that I remembered my mother's face, a face I had lost so many years before, as if an old cutting had suddenly fallen out of the pages of a book. I just love the images that Zafón creates. Just these metaphors, the symbolism, like all of these things that basically create images as you read in your head. It's just the thing that really makes me fall in love with his writing. And this is a great example. As if an old cutting had suddenly fallen out of the pages of a book. So you're reading a book and then all of a sudden you see an old cutting, yeah, something very small, something that can be easily lost, and it was lost, and it suddenly appears, suddenly there. When you forget about something and it comes out of nowhere, when you don't really expect it at all for it to be there. Sometimes it's hard to actually say what I like about quotes. I just love languages, and I love Spanish, I love English, and I really like to see how things translate differently in these two. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite quote, what's your favorite image. There's too many quotes and we don't have that much time. So if you do have a quote that you really like, please leave it in the comments. And if you've read this book, also let me know what you thought. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.